Hi everyone and welcome back to a next episode of The More You Know. Today, me and Amber are going to be discussing our top 5 90s cartoons.
We were super excited to film this one. I think it was really hard for us to come up with a top 5 because me and Dill love cartoons.
Yeah, it was so difficult. I was very biased. I wanted to put like all the boy cartoons on there, like X-Men, Spider-Man, but we made our own honourable lists, honourable mentions.
We did, and this is an equal channel with equal boys and girls opinions and cartoons. So we're not just having superheroes, Dylan.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
Nice try.
Yeah, maybe when we kick you off, Amber, I can make.
Yeah, when I get replaced, and you get a new co-host. So, kicking off our list at number 5, we went with the Wild Thornberries, and this show came out in 1998. I used to love this because it's all about nature. It's all about the wild. The parents have like a traveling nature show, which I think as a kid is really exciting because, I don't know, when I was going on holiday, I was always going to like Europe. I was going to like Spain, Greece, which, don't get me wrong, lovely places, but it was cool to see like the Thornberries get to go to Africa and travel all around cool. These new places to explore that I had never ever been to.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like it was cool. Yeah, it was cool how like most of the premise of the show was in a safari. So you saw elephants, lions, cheetahs,
giraffes.
Yeah, it was.
They've got that chimp.
Yeah, the chimp Darwin. You gotta love Darwin.
He's very cool.
Yeah, I love that. It's just very educational. It tells you a lot about animal facts that you wouldn't expect from a cartoon or like a kid's cartoon.
Yeah, definitely. And also that she can speak to animals. It had that Dr. Dolittle vibe, which I really liked. And the fact she can't tell anyone, otherwise she'll lose her powers, I thought was a nice little twist.
Yeah, it was a good twist to the show. I love the dad, Nigel. He's just so funny.
He's so funny.
There's so many memes about him just because he's such an iconic character.
He is an icon, but I think what I really liked about her was that she obviously is quite nerdy and like she wouldn't be like deemed as cool in normal life, but because she lives this really like alternative nature traveling lifestyle, she's cool like in her own way.
Yeah,
which
I mean, she
nice.
saves animals with a cool power, so kind of, I mean, that is pretty cool. Like, what would you do with that power,
unusual.
Amber?
What would I do? Well, I talk to my dog because all I want to know is what she's thinking. So if I could know what Maya wanted.
Oh, that's a good
one. I know maybe that's a bit of a waste.
No, that's a good one.
Just talking to your pet.
You never understand what your dog's actually saying.
Yeah, like, is she happy? Is she having a good time? How many walks does she want? Does she want some, like, bacon? Does she want dog food? I don't know.
Bacon.
She probably does. She loves... Oh, she eats anything. What would you do with the power?
I mean, I would abuse it, and I would use birds to, like, poo on people that I don't like.
That's a bit mean.
It's mean, but, like, if you had that power, you would discreetly use it to make your day better.
I'd create maybe like a plague of locusts to attack my enemies. Like, I think that could be more fun.
I'll summon like 1,000 flies so that I can fly.
Wow. I'm speechless for once in my life.
So our number 4 pick was Recess. Recess first premiered in the 31st of August in 1997. I thought this show was really fun because it was just based on school. We basically followed these 6 friends who had very different personalities in their 4th grade, and like they're just living their everyday life.
They're living their best lives. Like, I really liked Ashley because I thought that Ashley.
Yeah.
I thought she was really cool and edgy, like alternative. She had that little beanie going on, little pigtails, and I thought, I wish I could be that cool.
Yeah, she had those massive boots.
Yes. And I definitely had a crush on TJ. I know it's weird when you have a crush on cartoons, but he's just so cool. When I was little, I was like, I hope I meet a TJ.
In the UK, it was on all the time. We just got used to watching it all the time for me.
Literally, you come home from school, it's on at 4:30, ready to go.
Yeah, like one of my favourite episodes is the box episode. And Miss Finster, which is like there's obviously a strict teacher. And she's
so scary.
Yeah, she is. She has sharp teeth. And like a massive
why are they
nose.
literally like spikes?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
proper hunchback.
Yeah, to make her look like a hobgoblin, I guess. But but yeah, the box was basically the premise of I'm gonna punish this student and leave them like so they won't play with anyone else. And when I was a kid, I was just like, this is the worst thing. Like, Imagine being put in the box.
Seeing all your friends play.
Yeah, and you can't play with your friends. It's so sad.
It's a good episode. Also, Randall, the little snitch.
Randall
he
Weems.
was so mean, and I think everybody had that kid at school, so it was very relatable.
Yeah, no, it was. There was a lot of they had very cool side characters. Like the king of the playground, King Bob, the diggers that constantly dag on the playground. I don't know why that's legal.
Yeah.
All the reception children were basically tribal and just crazy.
They were so cute. I thought they were really, really cool.
Yeah. It's a great show. I love it.
It is. And at our number 3 spot, we went for the Powerpuff Girls, which came out in 1998. I was a massive fan because I'm all for girl power. They were fighting crime, fighting the forces of evil. They were trying to get Mojo Jojo, which is possibly the best name ever created in a kid's show. He's such a cool villain. I always wanted to be Buttercup because she was the green one. She was cool. She was a bit moody. I think my whole childhood, I just wanted to be cooler than I was. So I always went for these cool, edgy characters.
No, the Powerpuff Girls are really cool, especially because they were what, 6? They were really young.
Yeah, they were super young.
Yeah, and they had.
Were you an actual fan? Did you watch the show as a guy? I didn't know if boys watched the Powerpuff Girls.
I loved it. Yeah, it was cool just to see, because again, they're kids that are superheroes,
feminist icons of their time.
Exactly. All the different villains they had to go against, the Rowdy Rough Boys, they're the complete opposite. They're made from armpit hair and snails and a tail of a talking dog.
Do you remember that red one?
Yes.
I can't think of the name, but
his name is Brick.
Scary.
I think his name
is Brick. Gosh.
Oh, you mean the devil? Do you mean
the devil?
Yeah,
the devil.
I think his name was him.
And his voice was really high pitched. It was really weird. That was such a spooky character. Those episodes used to actually really freak me out when I was little, but that was the scariest villain to me. I was only 3. You were 2?
Yeah, I was 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I just used to love the show. Mojo Jojo, he was a bop.
Yeah, he was.
There's not much else
so
to say.
funny.
It just was great.
Yeah, he was the only one that kept up with the girls as well. He was the only villain to actually hurt.
That kept coming back.
Yeah, that kept coming back. He was the best one.
Yeah, definitely.
So our number 2 pick was Rugrats, and Rugrats first premiered in August the 11th in 1991. The basic premise of this show focuses on a 1-year-old kid or baby called Tommy and all of his playmates, which get gradually introduced into the show. And I just thought, again, for a kids show focusing on a baby, they made it so catching to the audience.
Also, to point out the obvious, who calls a baby Tommy?
What do you mean?
That's a bit of a weird. It's a bit of an old man name.
You say that, but there is a lot
I think Tommy's a geezer and he's down the pub kind of vibe.
No, you're right, but I feel like Tommy is such a staple name in just
really.
our culture.
Do you know
in
anyone
our
called
culture?
Tommy? I don't know one person called Tommy.
Well, I know people called Tom, so I assume they're both, I don't know.
Same but different.
Yeah.
I love the Rugrats too. I liked that it was quite diverse. They had Susie, who was a little brown character. They had different vibes. Chucky didn't have a mom, which was really sad.
Yeah,
he just
so
was
sad.
Raised by a single dad.
I know.
They had the twins, Phil and Lil, and they had these really weird husky voices.
Yeah, they loved playing with dirt and eating bugs. They always made me cringe. Yeah, they always made me cringe just eating worms like spaghetti.
They were so funny though, and I really liked when Tommy's little brother came along.
Yeah,
Dill.
Dill after the movie.
Tommy didn't like him in the beginning, and he just thought Dill was this little devil child, which he kind of was, but he was really little. He was only a few months old.
Yeah, it's really relatable though, because when you're that young and you get a new baby sibling.
Well, you have a little sister, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you feel the same?
Yeah, my sister stole all my glory. It's not fair.
Wow.
You know.
You're not the golden boy anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I was the chosen one, and now I'm not.
See, I can't relate because I only have an older brother, and I was always really jealous of everyone that had younger siblings. So that's maybe why I liked Rugrats, because it was an insight into other people's
it gave you that premise
lives.
of a social circle of different characters. Yeah, it was such a cultural diverse show. It had loads of religious
Well,
backgrounds as well. It's really cool.
Yeah, and I really was intrigued by Angelica because she used to have that really ugly Cynthia doll with the little like ratchet straw-like hair, and it's like, I don't know,
She was so
poking
mean.
out eyes. I know, but she was really useful in the show. I think she was a great added extra. You know,
No,
she
she
pushed
was,
Tommy
yeah.
to his limits. Wasn't she Tommy's cousin?
No, I think
I'm
she
pretty
her
sure-
stepsister. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Really?
Tommy's stepsister. Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. I thought they were cousins.
No, yeah, she was a
But-
stepsister, and I think she's later adopted as well.
Yeah, it's very random, but it's great. It's got a lot of different characters. Who would have thought that a show about babies would be so interesting?
Exactly. Yeah.
But I have to say, they did try and make that spin-off called like Rugrats Grown Up, and
Yeah.
it wasn't terrible, but like they weren't babies. It just was a bit dead, really.
Yeah, I think we just got older. I was just like, what's the point of this?
Yeah. And now for my honourable mentions, because we needed to split these. These are my ones.
And these are my honourable mentions, and these are the better shows, so don't listen to Amber's ones.
At the number one spot, it was The Simpsons, coming out in 1989. I know, pre-90s, crazy. It is the longest running sitcom of all time. It's still running now, and I feel like everyone would say this, but The Simpsons is probably my favourite show ever. Out of everything I've ever seen, I still watch The Simpsons nearly daily.
Yeah, so do I.
It is amazing. They've had so many interesting ideas and concepts for the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how they've managed to keep it going for like over 30 years at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have favourite main characters. Do you, Dylan?
Yeah, I actually really like Ned Flanders.
Oh my gosh.
I know you hate Ned Flanders, but I love...
Well, I don't hate him because he has the left-hand emporium, and as a left-handed person, why don't we have a left-hand emporium in normal life?
Because why would you need one? That just seems so pointless.
Left-handed scissors?
Yeah, but...
Left-handed hairbrushes? I don't know.
You'll get no money. I'm pretty sure like 17%...
Well, Ned seems to have a very flourishing business.
Yeah, but but Simpsons is weird, isn't it? So...
Wow.
Anyway,
it seems to work for him.
Yeah, Chief Wiggum, Krusty the Clown. Everyone loves Krusty the Clown.
Krusty is great. I like two very rogue characters. I really like Disco Stew because he's already ready to sesh, ready to party.
Ready to sesh.
The crazy cat lady that just throws cats at people and like is always washing her clothes.
Yeah,
at
you
the
said
creek.
that. Yeah, the one that's speaking in like ancient Gaelic or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know why you
she
like
doesn't
that
make
character.
any sense. She
Yeah.
just communicates in screeches. So
That's going to be you, isn't it, Amber?
I can really relate. I'm not a big cat fan, but you know, if I get to throw cats at people, that's quite fun.
No, yeah, there's so many iconic episodes in this show, and it like you said, because it's going on for so long, I feel like even kids now will have their own generation of Simpsons to us, and I feel like that's such a unique thing for a show to have. Like, there's not a lot
I think also their ability to predict the future is crazy. There's been so many instances where they've like guessed what's going to happen. So one of the really big ones was when it's an episode set in the future where Lisa is the president and she's taken over from Donald Trump, which is pretty wild that they managed to predict that Donald Trump
remember
was
that
going to become
one, actually.
president.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
And also they've predicted a few like different technological advances, so like camera phones and like smartwatches, things like that
Yeah.
I think people thought were really futuristic at the time. Like if you can imagine in the, I don't know, early 90s thinking of
True.
like an Apple Watch or like an iPhone was pretty like far in the future.
No, yeah, the writers always, they always did a really good job of like surprising the audience. And just like, it was just a lot of imagination in every episode.
Yeah.
Like, I really loved the Treehouse episodes.
They're
even
great.
though they scared me when I was a kid because I didn't know what was going on. Like, when when you first put on a show and you don't start from the beginning, you just watch it, you're just like, what is going on?
I liked it, in them there was like, it was usually like 3 stories, wasn't there? They were like really mini episodes.
Yeah.
And I love horror, and I'm pretty sure The Simpsons helped like shape my love for like horror. Because it was very like simplistic, but still spooky as a kid.
Yeah, I remember the one where Willie gets burnt alive and then Bart keeps seeing visions of Willie.
It's just a bit traumatic for a kid show.
No,
There
it
are
is.
so many like tongue-in-cheek moments though, and I think as an adult now looking back watching episodes, I think it really was like close to being inappropriate. And when you're little you obviously don't get the jokes, but as you're older and you're watching it you're like, wow. Some like dirty jokes, some like, crude ways of putting things that I definitely went straight over my head when I was a kid, but now I find really, really funny.
Yeah, it was a great show for all ages. They just made it perfect for all ages.
Even my mum, dad, they used to watch it with me.
Yeah, exactly.
I do really, really like that every single opening episode is different. I think
that's
it's
iconic.
insane.
So
the
iconic,
amount of episodes they've made and how they've managed to have a different sofa scene in every single one is baffling.
It's really creative.
It is. Matt Groening did a great job, honestly. Big up The Simpsons. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of The More You Know. Let us know in the comments if you agree with our top 5 90s cartoons, and tune in next week to find out our top 5 affordable holiday destinations in Europe.